Hi you guys, I'm sorry that I have not seen you in quite a while. It's been a while. Last week, it was just due to lack of planning on my part that there was no video that went up. I procrastinated it too long and then we went to this remote location where there was no internet, so I couldn't send any footage. I'll try to be more on top of things so that that doesn't happen again. Yeah, we've been in Idaho for quite a while now, almost a month. And by the time you guys see this, we will actually be driving back from Idaho to LA to, get along with school and all those fun things that are starting. I will actually be leaving with the Mom's View crew to go to New York for the weekend and then to go to Vlog Her, and then we'll be back. So, lots of busy stuff happening, and here we've been crazy busy and been having so much fun. There's so many great things to do and so many people to visit with since we haven't been in Idaho for quite a while that it's been busy, but a fun kind of busy. But I have been thinking about this topic for quite a while that I kind of wanted to throw at you guys. I've been reviewing a lot of video responses and a lot of comments in the past couple of months that have had to do with divorce. And the reason that I haven't addressed the topic yet is because I feel like I don't know firsthand exactly, what to say. Because I do have experience with, obviously, my dad remarrying and blending families and having a step-parent. But my dad was never divorced. My mother passed away. However, my siblings, I have a lot of friends that I know that have gone through divorce and, family. As well as my step-siblings that Peggy went through a divorce. And so I feel like there's a lot that I want to say, but I don't want to say it from a perspective of, I don't really know because I haven't done it, so I don't want to say exactly what I think because, I haven't experienced it firsthand. So that's why I want to just sort of let you guys know that I haven't forgotten about this topic. I feel like it's a very serious topic, and it's something that a lot of you guys are going through. Not only children going through their parents being divorced, but many of you that have been divorced or have parents, it's everywhere. Everybody knows somebody that's been affected by a divorce at some point in their life, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. Divorce can be good in many circumstances, but it is something that creates a lot of pain and something that you have to overcome. So I've been talking to my siblings, and what I think is really interesting about this topic is it really depends on where you're at in your life. There are a lot of kids that go through their parents being divorced, but you might be 2 years old when your parents divorce, or you might be 20 years old when your parents divorce. So there's a lot of different experiences that come into play with that. That's why I wanted to reach out to my siblings, not only my own siblings, but my step-siblings who have been through an actual divorce, and kind of get everybody's opinions on it. Maybe some advice that they would give to anybody that's going through the same situation, and what maybe they would have done differently or would have liked to have had their parents do differently. So there's a lot of things that I want to talk to you guys about regarding divorce, but I want to be ready. So I've been visiting with all of my siblings, and so I just wanted to let you know that I will be talking more about that. But if I can say one thing today, that would be, first of all, my heart goes out to all of you guys who are affected by this, because it's hard. It's really hard to deal with, but it's something that sometimes has to happen, and that's okay. So I was talking with a really good friend of mine on this vacation who has gone through this situation. Her parents are divorced, and talking to her about her struggles and also her triumphs with everything that's going on in her life. And one thing that I gathered from her that really stuck out to me and inspired me is that she still tries to keep a good communication with her parents, trying to let them know how you feel. And sometimes that's not easy. There's a million reasons why people get divorced, and there's a million different dynamics of a family, and sometimes it's easy to talk about things, and sometimes it's really not. But I found it really inspiring to hear her story and to know that she does still try to keep a good communication with her parents and let them know how she feels. Even if it doesn't always resolve all the situations, but it helps to let those things out and to let your family know how you feel, even if it's anger, even if it's guilt, just to let it out there. And so everything's out in the open. I think one really good way to do this is to write a letter. If it's hard for you to speak your emotions to your family, then sometimes it's really nice to just write a letter, because you can say exactly what you want, how you want to do it. You can rewrite it if you need to, and then just, you know, set it on their pillow or give it to them in person or whatever you want to do. But that can really help break the ice for, you know, opening up the lines of communication, because there are so many emotions involved. And I think for kids, it's so important that you guys express those to your parents. How do you really feel, and why are you feeling this way? And be able to express that to your parents. That can really be a relief and a help in overcoming, you know, the trial that you're going through. As well as parents, I really want to encourage all of you parents out there that have children and you are divorced or going through divorce, or, you know, or whatnot, please keep a good communication with your kids. Because if you try to hide what's going on, or you try to, you know, sugarcoat it, then your kids are going to see through that, and they're going to develop feelings of anger and remorse and resentment and distrust. And I feel like a lot of those feelings can be resolved if you just open those lines of communication, be completely honest with what's going on and why this is happening, and try not to cast blame on each other, or cast blame on, you know, the other parent, which can be very difficult. But I find that the more open and honest and just humble you are in explaining the situation, the more open your kids will be to understanding what's going on and to overcoming it. And I don't know, that's my thoughts so far. And I have a lot more I want to say, and I've been talking to, you know, some of my siblings so far that have given me really good advice, so I'm excited to share that with you guys. I'm not going to make every video for the next year about divorce, but there will be a few more coming out where I'll be addressing that topic a little bit more. So I love you guys, I really do. I love making these videos, and even though it can be really challenging for me sometimes when I read through your comments and I see that there's, you know, when I first started I was like, oh, it would be fun to do question and answers, and then as the questions started coming in, I saw that there's so many really important life-changing topics that I want to be able to address to you guys, and I want you to know that when I read through them and I come up with the answers in my mind, I do feel a lot of responsibility to let you know my true feelings, and to hopefully say something that will help and encourage and inspire some of you that are really going through some really difficult things. I want you to all know that I'm here for you, and I don't have all the answers, and I'm not perfect, but I want to be able to help. So keep the questions coming in, and you know, they can be funny and they can be serious, and I'm going to do my very best to give you all of me and let you know my honest, true feelings about everything. So thank you guys. I will see you next week, and stay tuned. You can see us every day on the Shaytards, and I love you. Bye.